Yeah, we're getting closer by the minute. Hey, welcome back to the WODprep podcast. I'm your host, CJ Palma, with the better host, Claire Bays, and the second best host, John Young. I'll take third. Senior analyst.
Hey,
welcome to the Monday night CrossFit show. I don't know. Yeah. I felt like it just fit. I'm trying to make.
I think we should keep it Monday night CrossFit, and then we should have a little intro with the Monday night football.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Carrie Underwood to sing our song, and it's gonna be great. Her or Chris Stapleton. I've called both of them.
And then you just have like a highlight of like you like doing PT on somebody, and then Claire, or mid coach, mid yelling or something, and then like Claire with the mic emceeing, and then me just lifting something heavy, and then Carrie Underwood, and then we take off.
There it is. Perfect.
I support all of this.
Right. Yes. We were just trauma bonding a little bit, but I didn't get to join in because the conversation was going long, but I will, because I'm totally content sharing it publicly. So I had this wild family, I don't know, travel situation. So my first leg of travels was to see my aunt, who's very sick, but I saw some of my family who is drinking at the same bar that they've drank in since they were teenagers, like before drinking age changed. Okay. It's the same bar that's like 3 minutes from their house. So what did we do? We went there and we shut the bar down, obviously, because that's what the family does. And
what does that mean?
We drank till 2:30 in the morning.
You drank till close?
Yeah, we drank till close. I stopped drinking
after close. But
they continue drinking heavily the entire time. I drove straight from the bar to the airport. Again, I stopped. But anyways, while we were there, because we were talking about awkward situations and things like that, and like being in fitness, but around people that aren't in fitness. And so while we were there, this very outgoing female was there. She was having a good time.
Claire was there?
No.
I would not be at the little bar.
No, Claire would certainly not be at this bar.
But I appreciate you.
And so anyways, she like just came in right into the conversation. Like she just walked in and she was like, "Yo, do you smoke?" And I was like, "What?" And I was like, this is strange. She was like, "Is there a hi, what's your name?"
Don't need that.
No. Like, just like walked in like, "Yo, you smoke?" And I was like, "I mean, no, not really. It's not my thing." She goes, "What do you do?" And I was like, "I'm in fitness." And she was like, "Oh, I can tell." And I was like, I was just like,
"Thank you."
I was like, what does that mean? She's like, "I hate it." And I was like, "All right, that's cool." And I was like, "What do you do?" She goes, "I hate my job." And I was like, "All right." And she was my age. She was 35. And then so she started to like pass judgment on me for some apparent reason. It was like, "This is what I think about you." I was like, "All right." And she goes, "What do you think about me?" And I was like, "I think you've been around." And then come to find out she had an 18-year-old. And I was like, I knew it. And so I was like, I was right. Anyways, that was my experience.
What?
So wait, you returned the passing of judgment?
No, yeah, she said, "What do you think about me?"
And he.
Well, I mean, I was like,
hey, you know what I would have said, CJ? You know what I would have said, CJ?
What would you have said, John?
Okay, go ahead, Claire. You're the smoker that doesn't like me. Go ahead. Say, what do you think about me? Go ahead.
Do you want me to make this about you or try to make it about CJ?
No. Just say, what do you think about me? That's it. Just say it.
Oh, well, I just assume that you like Ovaltine and you don't eat vegetables.
No, Claire, say the words. Sorry. What do you think about me?
I was on Claire's page here. I was really unsure what was happening.
John, what do you think about me?
The lion does not concern himself with the opinion of sheep.
Oh.
And then walk away.
Is that indicative of you being the lion, or
you interpret that however you want, girl? I'm away. I've walked away at this point.
It's a really small bar. There was no way I was leaving the situation.
I went to the bathroom.
Anyways,
I don't know. I tried to get out.
Where to go.
It was just an interesting thing because we were talking about how relating to people that aren't in the fitness space is very challenging, and it is. We're the weirdos when we come into the other situations, and it's such a strange concept that healthy lifestyle and I don't know, better decision making and
discipline.
Discipline is just deemed strange. Even, and so this is on the screen with two people that don't drink at all and someone who does. much less than I used to. And it's still like with my cousin, and we were having a good time. Right. And he was like, you stopped drinking. And I was like, yeah. I was like, I have to do all of this again. I'm traveling for like another 36 straight hours. And I was like, I can't, I was like, I have to be somewhat of a functioning human. And I do have to drive 2 hours. And it just like couldn't comprehend. Right. And so because it became a thing, and I just ordered another one, and like, I don't know, I just threw it away. I was like, I'm not going to drink this. I was like, I'm leaving in an hour. It's just such a weird dynamic when you're in fitness and people think it's strange that you choose to, like, I don't know, not stuff your face with trash and put poison in your body regularly. I don't know. A weird one. It's strange.
Well, I think it's okay. I mean, like with that, I think it's okay to just accept the reality that those are priorities to you and they're not priorities to people that maybe you even love, Mm-hmm. And so like, I think it's just, to me, like one of the things that the conversations I've had or the thoughts I've had, whatever, is just like, it's okay to be misunderstood. That's not a bad thing.
Right. Yeah.
And that's the price that you will realistically pay for choosing not to do the things that you just referenced.
Yeah. I tell Leslie this all the time, that like, when she doesn't, like, she wants to talk with her hospital friends about like working out, and they're just a different world.
Whole nother world.
Sure.
And I'm like,
by that you're referencing healthcare workers, right?
Yeah. Even but even them, like it's as far as like working out goes, right? Like I would say they're healthier than a normal average person, but you don't think so?
I mean, it varies greatly.
Yeah. I mean, I would say the average person in Pensacola healthcare is probably an average person from
and also their work. A lot of the healthcare workers that I know that I get to work with that are clients or whatever they are, like the way that their schedule with work is designed is very unhealthy. So then they have to make it, I feel like the effort required on their behalf to prioritize their health is even more than maybe someone who has a bit of a different life circumstance.
Yeah. I wasn't referencing like healthcare workers in general. It's just, she just works in healthcare.
Yep. Got it.
Okay. But that she's the fitness freak amongst her friend group. And I know she doesn't see herself like that, because she just sees herself as a regular person that does CrossFit. There's some stuff she's good at, some stuff she's bad at. Freaking Jessica down the street is so much better than her, and she, like she gets mad about that or something. Like, but amongst her friend group or amongst her people that she works with, she is the freak. Like they look at her like she's different.
Yeah.
And I know she would never look at herself that way. The world looks at her. The world looks at herself that way.
Go Leslie.
Not that she's hurting with her self-image or anything.
No,
but that the world looks at you that way. Just people who do CrossFit on a regular basis.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, well,
what an intro.
Yeah. So we all did holidays, and we all have more holidays coming up. And I hope that everyone, I don't know, certainly is able to experience the good moments. Because I think even with whatever struggle that comes with the holidays for most, I hope everybody's able to experience some gratitude in there and so on.
Claire's always so genuine. I wish I was as nice as Claire. I'm just not.
It's intentional with effort for what it's worth.
I know.
All right. There's a lot of conversations with God about like, hey, my bright ideas got me in big trouble. So let's do something different. What you got?
That's fair.
I like that. I think I'm very intentional with everything that I say, but it's just different than Claire.
Oh, and yes. And John, as the senior analyst, we appreciate you. Your role is very unique in this space. And I'm grateful you're here.
I'm the most honest person in CrossFit.
And that is a virtue.
Thank you. You're so stupid nice. I don't like it. I'm gonna start
I know. Well,
I don't want to be at the expense of
it's hard because
it's like I felt better about myself, and I was like, stop it. You don't need to.
It's hard. It's hard because when you're on with Claire, like you can get riled up. You can't get like really riled up, right? She's like relatively even keel and generally positive. Like she's not going to come in and just like dive bomb and throw someone under the bus.
I mean, we could get to the last link I just sent you if you want me to get angry.
We start with Ryan Fisher. We can do that. I'm totally
you big anti Ryan Fisher guy, girl.
I mean, I think Claire and I are both big. Anyone who leverages their CrossFit success, notoriety, mind, program design
without giving back to CrossFit,
and leverages it and like makes it into their own thing and completely alienates or throws CrossFit under the bus. It's just, I mean, it's the time.
So Marcus Philly, would you guys be very anti him?
CJ has thoughts on him.
Yeah, I recently, because he's never purposefully badmouth CrossFit, or he didn't in the beginning. His most recent push of what you should and shouldn't do at 40 makes me want to put 9-inch nails through each one of my eyelids, as Eminem would say.
Each one of his eyelids.
Huh?
Each one of his eyelids.
His eyelids, yes.
Yeah. And you want to murder Marcus Philly.
And so of all the things,
I don't think he said that.
I didn't. So of all the things that you can do, the worst thing you can do is try to put barriers to fitness. Even more than saying that one way of fitness sucks and your way is better, right? I'm more okay with that than someone saying, hey, you're this person, so you shouldn't do this. It is 100% unacceptable every time, because most people, not us and the 25 people watching, but the other 99.99999% of the world suck at fitness and they're scared to do it. And they have no good reason to do it. And they're like, oh, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. And any type of barrier to just going into the gym is a net negative every time. And so when you say that this female that's 40 shouldn't do power cleans, it's like, what? Why would you say that?
Let me introduce you to JY Barbell. I got a MILF Mafia back here.
Yeah.
And so initially it was fine. I feel like he like stopped eating food for a while. Like his physique got like real crazy for a little while. And now he's like maybe balanced out a little bit.
I think he's been open about like how genuinely hard that's been. The navigating that.
Oh, like his like 2.5% body fat look.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think has done that the most? Like if you were to like have a top 3, who is the GOAT of throwing CrossFit under the bus?
Bergeron.
Well,
that was such a quick response.
He's the biggest.
I really like that.
I don't know.
No, but I mean, that was like blatant. Like it wasn't even.
It was pretty bad. It was
blatant, and it was. So they did it initially when he gave the company to Cole, right? They had that initial push, but no one really kind of leveraged on at that point. But it was like, here's our new way. And then that post, but it kind of seemed like they walked it back. Not that like that gives them any sort of grace. There's this couple that's like kind of small time. It's like a man and a woman, and their whole thing is how CrossFit hurt everyone. And that's what they do. And it's a really small, but their whole marketing pitch is not about what they do. It's about how CrossFit is bad and why just how CrossFit is bad. It's not even why theirs is better. It's like tired of CrossFit. I don't know. They're like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, the list of people who this is the case with is very long. And even the reference that I made of like, if we wind up pulling up that clip at any point that I just sent about Ryan, like, to me, it's always just there is nuance. And so when it's like I think what he said there was something about that he's discovered this thing that's the most effective for these fast transformations. And he said something about your high intensity, constantly varied. Like he said, you're constantly varied, high intensity workouts, and it's not favorable, whatever, right? Something that he said there. I feel like you should just pull up the clip now. But anyway, with that being said,
CJ, pull up the freaking clip.
No, well, yeah. Well, I'm like, I don't want to like misquote him.
Stop being the clip guy.
Oh, yeah.
I hate being the clip guy. I'm not gonna lie.
I know. I'm sorry, but yeah. So we've had a bunch of different versions of this, like actually a ton, and I think that it's a misunderstanding is often how I interpret it. Do you want to listen to it first?
Sure.
Side of the business. In fact, this transformation right here,
not really,
literally only took 30 days. And all they had to do was stop following their constantly varied, super high intensity training routine and switch to my full body aesthetics program. And I can tell you right now, this program is going to make you feel better and look better than anything else you have ever done before, because I've already seen it across over 250,000 transformations since 2014. So if you guys want to click the link below, you can start your free trial today. And if for any reason you don't like the workouts, even after 30 days, I will refund you every single penny. I promise you, if you do this program in the next 30 to 90 days, you will have a transformation very, very similar. There's a
womp womp.
The only thing is just like, there's so much. How often do we see that people's stress factors in life are in excess, and then their training volume is also both are so high that they are unable to reach the body composition goals that they find desirable because their stress factors, for whatever reason, in so many different ways, can be too elevated, and it's very normal for a person to come in and start doing CrossFit and taking classes and doing one workout a day. And if some is good, more must be better. And then we continue to just go up, 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 up. Right. And so I think it's constantly like, I hear something like that and I'm like, this is a misunderstanding of the level one. This is a misunderstanding of the methodology, And so that's not to say that you can't do more volume and you can't, whatever. Right. But like, if you're not having the body composition results that you seek, then claiming that it's because of constantly varied high intensity, like, I think there's just so much more there as to why they're not getting the results that they seek. If body composition is their true North Star of like, whatever, I don't know.
Go ahead, TJ.
Yeah. I mean, I just like CrossFit said, it's, there's like new and novel aspects of excitement, like when you just transition and do something new, right? Or something different. And there's there's nothing wrong with going to do chalk and all these things, but claim that CrossFit is why you're not making gains is silly, when everything that you're going to find in something like one of their programs is rooted in CrossFit foundations and teachings in some capacity, because that's where they all learned it from. 90% of these people have no training background prior to CrossFit. Now they might have some outside now, but a lot of them don't have real training design experience outside of OPEX, OPT, CrossFit, or the other teaching programs within our space, right? And just because you can create something new and you can say that it's not CrossFit, it's still rooted there. I mean, that's where you learned it from. It's hard to break that mold.
Well, I think we come back to what you had already originally said about creating barriers and making it more confusing. And I think that's the thing, is so much of this stuff, I understand that it does get attention, and that's what the game of the internet is. And they're just playing the game. Like, I understand that, but it is also just, there's so much more to it that could never fit within a quick sales pitch. But to be able to understand why that individual wasn't getting the results that they desired, there's a lot more to unpack there. And I just doubt that it was constantly varied high intensity workouts that caused her to not achieve those results. So therefore, then that's not we have to go deeper. What kind of volume was taking place?
Right.
What were her stressors in life? What was her nutrition? What was her sleep? How's her relational health? Whatever. Like, there's just levels,
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, there's certainly there's also questions of like, what's the validity of the statement overall, right? Like, is he lying? Are they like, what else changed? Nutrition, et cetera.
I mean, I think when anybody claims a look or like a body composition, the reason it didn't happen is because of such and such, or even the reason it did happen is because of such and such. I don't think it's just one thing, first off, like Claire said. It's a combination of things. But two, I don't think CrossFit, like, if the goal is to get fitter, the goal is not to look like better. And don't get me wrong, you will look better naked, which is a goal of a lot of people, right? But over time, and it's more sustainable doing CrossFit, it's not the quickest way to do it. Well, like, I think if you're training, body composition is the goal, and you're blaming CrossFit's the reason you didn't look a certain way, I just think you're fighting two different battles. You know what I mean? I tell people all the time, like, they're like, well, I want my butt to be bigger, and the internet said that 10 by 10 of
Brett Contreras, baby.
Bulgarian split squats and you know what I mean? And hip thrust. And that's the way. And I go, listen, and I tell them, if you want to bodybuild and do that, it is the quickest way to look better. I will not lie to you. It is. But the second you stop, it will go away.
I also think it's very hard for most people to do that effectively because the intensity and the movement integrity and things required for that to be like as effective are very hard for individuals to achieve by themselves. I'm not saying everyone, obviously we have many people who can, but if you're anything like me, doing that solo training I have a much harder time reaching the intensity that I'm seeking and so on in those settings. That's just.
But like, I don't want to lie to them. Right. So like, and I'll tell them it is the quickest way, but for the professionals, it's the quickest way. Like if you just spend a month doing CrossFit, you'll look better than you did the month before. And it will go so on and so on and so on and so on until you hit kind of a plateau in your physique. But that plateau is going to be everything you've ever wanted. And then it's sustainable. Like it's not going to go anywhere. You just keep doing the same thing. It's habit building almost. Yeah. And then 2, you're going to have accountability that you didn't have, which is what you're alluding to, Claire. Well, and it's just the truth. Like you have friends that are getting fitter with you. So-and-so just got muscle ups. I want to get muscle ups. Like it's self-goal oriented instead of just training in a vacuum.
Yeah.
And that's just so much better for various ways, but you can't blame, I just don't think you can blame body composition on CrossFit. Like, I feel like we're talking 2 different things.
Yeah.
Are you fitter? Then the goal was achieved.
Right.
And eventually you will look better. Like it's just about consistency.
Yes. But then also blaming those specific style workouts for the reason why you're not achieving whatever. I think it's not the methodology that's doing that. So anyway, yeah.
I think intensity is one of the hardest things for people to get a hold of.
Totally.
They don't know. It's just, if you've never done it, you don't understand it.
Fine. And like, that's like when you're talking about different training things. I think any training program would work. It's just if you apply the intensity to it. Yep. Like I think if you did WODprep programming, it would work and you'll be the fittest you've ever been. I think if you did freaking back when Comp Train did CrossFit, it would work. Sentinel, it would work. Brute Strength, it will work. It's just about the intensity that you bring to each session. And it's not, I think any of them will work.
Yep.
It's just what you put into it.
Yeah. And I think it's very similar to, so I had a patient today who's been fear-mongered into not wanting to move at all, right? She's got hip pain, she has a torn labrum, and she has some like tumors that are sort of developing like her lower, like upper cervical stuff. And so everyone's been basically hands off. And so her PT's been like mitigated to the table with like TA contractions and these brace things. And she just wants to move, right? I'm like, well, how's your pain? She goes, it's not getting any better. I was like, well, what sets off your seizures? Nothing. It's just totally random. I'm like, all right, well then why aren't you moving? Like, well, everyone's scared. And now, you know, whenever I do a banded row with the yellow band, they say don't brace right. I'm like, you don't brace right to do like, just to do this. Right. And so nuance and specificity come, right? Like John was saying, all programs work for everyone at first. And then the higher level you get and the more specified you want to get, and the more specific your training needs to be for you to excel in different portions of it, that's when nuance really comes in.
I would say coaching for nuance, right?
Yeah, individualization, right? Exactly. And so that's where like intensity is the key, and it's the lowest hanging fruit. Intensity will solve most problems early on for everybody, right? From a exposures and a fitness standpoint, and even an aesthetic standpoint. Mm-hmm. And then as you get better and further on, it's like, okay, maybe I don't need intensity anymore. Maybe I need something nuanced, right? And so the statement is very accurate. And I think at the very end, it goes away, just like squatting. It's really nice to squat perfect. It's totally okay to squat a little shitty if you're just starting out. It's fine. It's just going to get better if you do it a lot, right? It's totally okay. It's not a big deal.
We're doing more than you could before.
100%.
And
right.
the goal
no
is
barriers.
Keep on doing that.
Less barriers to fitness, and that's sort of been my key for
we'll squat to a bench, and then we'll squat to a lower bench,
right.
And then we'll squat to a lower bench, and
right.
then we'll
exactly.
take the bench out.
Yep. And so, anyways, all right, that was good. That's my thinking. Your thinking face. That's right. Did you comment on your phone? Did you comment on your? Okay.
So that it would come from me.
Oh, that's right. Because you're logged into ours. No, you have your own login. It would come from you, wouldn't it?
If I just responded here, no, it would come.
Would it come from WODprep? I don't know. Maybe. All right. Let's talk. What's next? WFP? Nope. It's WODprep.
What has Ben doing here? Go ahead.
Right.
This would be the only show he would ever make because he's actually still awake, or he is awake right now. He's only been awake for like 3 hours at this point. He'll stay up until 3 a.m. or something.
He is nocturnal.
So I think my initial question is there going to be a WFP season next year?
Depends on if they want to spend money on it.
Yeah. But what? Okay. All right. What are they spending money on at this point? Because and this was me and John. I think we had a call about this, or we did it on a live, and then you guys talked about it on Spin. It was like, what's the percentage of top 20 male and females that are going to be in WFP next year? And Spin said under 60%, which means that 6 to 8 top 20 male and female will do WFP, and 12 to 16 won't. Was basically what he said. And this was 2 months ago. This was like right after Tour Stop 2.
We're at 13.
13 of 20
the top athletes.
Out of 40. Well, yes, 13, including men and women,
are already out.
Yeah.
And so those 13 cannot come back next year because they will not get a contract offer, right? Okay. And so of the 20 that are going to get a contract offer, it's probably going to be, of those, it could even be someone that's not in the top 40 currently, right? Because of how many people are dropping out theoretically, right? As far as the points work, someone could have a great.
I think 7 more would have to drop out to equal that 2020 number, but yes.
Okay. And so how many just don't accept it? Because while there is money, and I don't want to take away from them at least attempting to do what they said they're going to do, which is give money to everyone, give a contract, give travel stipends, 10 grand over 4 events and a travel stipend, but it's still going to cost these athletes a lot of money. Right. And so if you're in the top, if you're in the bottom, say you're 15 to 20, that's 10 grand for 4 events. That's not a lot of money. That's way less money than it would be.
For a lot of hassle.
A lot of hassle. And a lot of interference.
I think, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, and a lot of interference to the goal, which is clearly for everybody to go to the CrossFit Games, except maybe Laura and I don't know, maybe Luca. Maybe Jeff. I don't know. Probably not Jeff. That's probably not even a great. It's probably just those two, maybe.
And even Luca said he would come back.
Yeah, I was gonna say
right. Exactly. So we're talking one person who could very well win and have the money, right? But compared to what her sponsor, is that even worth it for her? In general, you know what I mean?
Also, has she ever said she'll never come back?
No, she
but
right. So she hasn't even claimed that.
But she confirmed out next year, right? Or was that not accurate?
I don't think she's confirmed the games that she's not doing it yet.
Okay, all right. I thought I heard that.
But
she would be the one. She's not giving us anything that said she would do the games either.
Sure.
Right.
Laura.
When does she feed anything? She just does what she does, whatever she wants,
And she can right now, but I think maybe she's fine with it. I think Laura will be relevant for maybe 3 more years, and then we're never going to hear from her ever again.
If she were to go to Rogue every single year and podium every single year, you think she would become irrelevant anyway?
After in 3 years, I don't think that will be the case.
You think that she won't be fit enough to podium at Rogue? Okay.
Yeah. In 3 years.
Okay.
I think she can still podium at Rogue in 3 years. That 4th year, I think, is where the second a drop off happens.
Yeah, we just haven't seen a drop off yet.
No, and I don't think we will anytime new. I'm calling that for 3 years from now.
Okay.
And then the second it happens, we're never going to hear from her ever again. She'll do Rogue and then be 7th at Rogue, and then I would consider that irrelevant if you don't do anything and you're 7th at Rogue. You're Manananganese.
And she'd be an interesting one too.
She'll be Manananganese right now.
But many women are as we know, being top anything in the sport is remarkable, right? But there are some who only want to compete if they have a chance to win. And she seems like this is just an assumption. I don't know her at all, but she seems like one that would be the case with. So would she really be too interested in being a bottom 10 or anything like that? I don't know.
Competing. Yeah.
Right. Like, would she be at peace with, I'll just take 20th at this event, or would she go ahead and exit once she fell out of the top 5 or something like that? I mean, those are,
I don't know. I consider her irrelevant the second she's 7th at Rogue.
I don't know. I think women have a really long time horizon if they want it. If things, if they stay healthy, things go well, they have a really long time horizon. So it's tough for me to make any kind of statements like that, considering she's performing as well as she is today.
Like I'll go further in what I'm trying to say. When she's not relevant to podiuming anymore, I don't think anybody will care about her. Not that she can't.
Yeah.
Like she could make she could do the Rogue Invitational for the next 10 years.
Right.
And still not be last place. Like I think she could be top 10 for the next 6 years. I'll double it. Right? Because I mean the women, especially the women, there's not really a tier system yet, but I think the tier system will start to form. It kind of flip-flops every 4 years. It used to be a tier system with the women where the top 4 were a little bit better, and then it went the 4 through 10 was kind of a tier to their own. Then 10 down was a not as fit, right? And now that's become more of the men. The top 9 are like just a tier unto themselves, and then everybody else is different. I'm saying once Laura drops in her fitness, and she won't be like BKG where she's getting 20th place, like she'll still be top 10, but she used to be podium or winning, right? When that goes down to 7th place, nobody cares.
Yeah, I think I think she's going to come to a different challenge where if WFP goes away and she doesn't come back into the season, I think the fall off happens quicker because of the intensity thing that we're talking about, right? Like you just sort of lose your touch. Like you just get out of touch with what everyone's doing and how fit everyone may or may not be. If you're only doing one competition a year, now it might seem like a good idea, but I can see a fall off happening quicker, right? Just from a not like a being around the tip of the spear sort of situation, especially if WFP isn't there. Now, if she's going against girls 4 times a year and doing Rogue, she's having 5 competitions a year, then I can see it in general. But anyways, it'd
be like Chandler Smith.
Yeah.
How relevant is Chandler Smith? Maybe you would say he's super relevant and you follow him and he's one of your favorite athletes. I don't think about Chandler Smith ever because he's not relevant and he does one competition every year and he's pretty good at that one competition. He always does pretty good at Rogue. Right? Like, and that could be just a difference in thinking, but I think Laura will devolve into that.
I wonder if with him, if more broadly in the fitness space, he's actually got more attention than necessarily because you would technically be a CrossFit purist, right? And I wonder if he has more attention, more in a broader range of fitness, right? Than just in our CrossFit bubble. Is that making sense?
Like just outside of CrossFit, you mean?
Totally, yeah. Because he goes and dabbles in all sorts of different things and has a lot of relationships outside of the.
Is that where you're getting like a Danny Spiegel? Not the same.
Sure. Yeah, different, but yes.
Okay, so sure, I would not disagree with that. I don't care about those people.
Yeah, because for you.
So.
You're not to be taken seriously when it becomes who's the fittest man and woman in the world. You're not to be taken seriously. You're one of the fittest men and women in the world. You are. And I would never take that away from you. Danny Spiegel is one of the fittest women in the world. She's not to be taken seriously when we're talking about who's the freaking best.
And so I think that's where some of the, I don't know, maybe some of the athletes wanted to lean where maybe that wasn't as important to them. And I think it's pretty clear that they couldn't stay away. It's sort of like a lot of the CrossFitters going to Hyrox, like, oh, this is way better, and I'm gonna love this, and they're like, nah, I'll probably come back. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. And
after
so
the second one, you're bored immediately.
Exactly. And so
hey, I run 8 of them and I'm not bored, but it's never something I've trained specifically for. And if we're talking about training specifically for it, how many CrossFit athletes do we actually know that geared their training entirely towards it outside of Tia?
Ricky.
Did he?
Yeah, no, he tried for like 5 months.
Chandler.
Okay, that's not a long enough time horizon to make me like take it seriously.
Wow, it is time out of the year that you didn't do CrossFit.
I didn't mean at the top level. I meant a lot of CrossFitters in the whole Hyrox is going to overtake CrossFit, and this
you get bored.
Notion, huh?
I know you're not bored, Claire, but they would get bored.
The problem
I also have never trained specifically for it.
And
so like it's easy for me to not be bored because I'm a CrossFitter who just goes and runs them.
It's like
if I said, Claire, you're never allowed to touch a weight again.
Oh, that would be you'd check me into it.
Well, if you're training for Hyrox, there's no point in it.
Yeah, if you took a barbell away from me, you would.
This notion
really need to check in on me.
Is this whole situation that came and went was pretty wild.
Explain it.
Well, he's no longer James Kelly, who's a top 15. He's one of the best in the world, still top 5.
I know who James Kelly is.
Okay, but I'm telling the people that might not know.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought it was
dickhead.
John, you're not the only one here.
I'm sorry.
So Proven hired James Kelly right when he set the world record. Like that same month, Tia was working with, or she was doing doubles with the Aussie girl who's a top 15er, right, or pro 15, and they were going to make this push. She signed with LSKD, who clearly shifted to Hyrox aggressively, at least for a short time. Even like their marketing, like everything on there was like running. It was out of the gym. It was all running. It just like this whole sort of like feel went to Hyrox, and James left pretty abruptly is what it sounded like. And they still have a Hyrox track, but he's doing his own thing. He started his own company with another person or two, and they're selling programming. And so it was just an interesting, really aggressive push, and then a really quiet, like, dissolve.
Yeah. Well, and how much of that do you think was just protecting like the level of uncertainty that occurred after
100%
last year was?
I felt it was a very, and I talked about this on the show a lot, it was a very under discussed marketing play from Proven just in case.
Yeah.
And
I don't blame him for that.
No,
for sure not. But I thought it was the way that they were pulling it all together. Potentially a doubles world champions female. That female is potentially a world champion individual. James Kelly was a world champion individual. It's all going to be under one roof. It is known CrossFit coaches will, if they decide to, be better programmers than Hyrox been running coaches trying to figure out how to program for stations and get people stronger, right? I've recently started coaching a little bit of Hyrox, and it is amazing how terrible some of the programming. I've looked through. I bought them all. I was like, I'm just going to look through all of them. And I was like, wow, these people have no idea how to get people strong at all, right? They know how to write running intervals. It's amazing.
It's like if I was trying to be a nutritionist.
Right. Sure.
Like you do what you see on TV, or you do what you see on like they don't do it. It's not their fault. They don't do it.
Right. They don't. And so it was just an interesting, and that sort of sidetracked me as well. But it was because CrossFit said it. It was a weird rise, and I wouldn't even call it a fall because I know they still sell it. I think Mako and the gym I go to, I think they buy it, and then Kyle makes adjustments based on that. But he said it changed a lot once James left. But anyways, all right. So
I think that the idea of any of our elite athletes, like, I don't know if you guys did you guys watch the Boys Interrupted that just finished?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I think it was Sprague. Yeah, it was Sprague who was trying to convince the other guys to all go run the Hyrox in Phoenix in January. And Jason seemed pretty down. And anyway, like, I think it'd be really, I mean, you put those guys together and get them out there, like they're going to put up an impressive time.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And so
James and Jason would be at about an hour. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I think and Dallin already went against each other.
Yeah, but that was just like in a gym, right?
Yeah, it was homemade, but
yeah, that makes a huge difference. But I assume there are times we're still fast as shit.
Jason was like 20 seconds under an hour, and Dallin was 20 seconds over an hour.
Oh wow.
They were like 40 seconds apart.
When you include rock zones, right, you're looking at like an hour 3, something like that.
But in the moment, like I think it would almost even out just because you're going to move a little bit faster at the place.
How'd you do, John?
I didn't even say anything. I didn't mention my name at all.
Wait, what? I didn't get that.
John did it with them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
Jason
anyway.
was done with his ice bath by the time I was doing my wall balls. I was an hour and 25 minutes.
Hey, under an hour 30 is not easy.
I was not mad at my time at all.
That's a great
People
time.
like made fun of me a lot, and I was like, God, I mean, I feel pretty
90
good
minutes
about it.
Dude, 90 minutes is great. If you can do Hyrox under 90 minutes, it's good. It's a good score.
Thank you so much, because mine was like an hour and 27 on the last one. But then it's also fun to look at it and be like, oh, I'm doing the same workout as most of the men. So if you do like the women's pro, whatever.
I literally did not bring my name up at all. Y'all
I agree. I think the chat.
I wasn't trying to be like that at all.
I think that it's really complimentary too. And I know that you want to veer from here, but also like having gone and run the one in Dallas 2 weeks ago or whatever, from my experience, like it's a fun thing to take a look at and just see that, yes, I think we've already talked about runners will train specifically for it. And definitely because, oh my gosh, it's 9 different things to train. It's so much more variety, whatever, versus CrossFitters will just go snag it on the side for the most part. And I just see beyond nothing wrong with that. And what I experienced at the Hyrox in Dallas like 2 weeks ago was there were 17,000 people racing. And so we did right. So, I mean, that's baffling. And the first one I did, it was 600 people. And so that's also just so crazy to have been around for a few years with that now. And I remember all the way back then going and just being like, oh, I'm a CrossFitter. This looks like a long CrossFit workout, sick, and it was really fun. And then to see the evolution of it. But what occurred there is, so you think about CrossFitters, say our masters athletes are desperate for opportunities to qualify in person. They want to compete in person. We want these events. We want we love Madison because it felt like a festival and people could stay on grounds. And that was such a wonderful thing about it. And so another thing that on top of, it's the same repeated thing, whatever we want to say about that. It's a 3-day event right now of all of these people obsessed with fitness coming together and getting to spend 3 days with people who understand them. And like we just talked about with the holidays, you exit your little world, you exit your affiliate, and you're back into the world of people who think that you're very strange. And we are always seeking opportunities. John, you've been to a lot more events this year. You too, CJ. And like, isn't it such a value add to your life to spend multiple days with these totally obsessed people? Right. And so anyway, I look at it all and I'm like, I think this is really complimentary. I think that this not going away and growing bigger is like a good thing. And even for CrossFitters, like it's a really fun thing. The number of CrossFitters that I got to spend quality time with that I don't see every day at this 17,000 person event was wonderful, and then all these people in the fitness community that are not CrossFitters. And then we want to talk about getting more people into affiliates and so on. Like there's so much opportunity there for these people doing these races to become curious about CrossFit. So anyway, I don't know. I'm just like, this is a really cool thing actually. Okay, thanks for listening. We can move on now.
Yeah, no,
I was gonna let CJ go.
I think the
that was a funny
I think this dichotomy, or maybe this rivalry feeling that sort of stemmed over the last 2 years.
Do you think it's going away?
I think so. I don't think it's there. Because I think a lot of Hyrox athletes are realizing that CrossFit is a really good training tool for Hyrox. And Who is that? Don't send him a link. You can send her a link. It's fine.
That'd be so funny.
John, did you see that when me and Jan and Jake bombed their show a few weeks ago?
Yeah, y'all are dicks, man.
And so
I don't even know how.
They I don't think it was wanted.
No, it wasn't. Gary was really upset. That was funny as shit. She was like, it was funny, and then all of a sudden I could tell it wasn't
weird
funny.
For you. That doesn't seem like a you thing.
Well, I was just in the chat and Jan was like, bring CJ in, and I messaged him on WhatsApp and I was like, send me a link.
Okay.
And so
I think he so quickly regretted it that it was actually like I felt sorry for him.
Me?
Yes.
No. I know Garrett was upset. She hasn't talked to me since.
Garrett, I'm sorry. I don't even know.
It doesn't. That doesn't seem like a CJ thing. CJ usually tries to be pretty. What's the word? Not upsetting people.
Not upsetting.
Well, what's the word for that?
People pleasing.
No. There's like a word, like just not like aggressive or like
socially aware.
Opposite, yeah, maybe opposite of Taylor. Like, wouldn't you say that, CJ?
Yeah, probably. And
not aggressive. Not aggressive is the wrong word. Not aggressive is the wrong word because when you're passionate, you can be aggressive. I don't know if that's the right word either. We'll figure it out.
All right. So bringing it back to the initial question, is WFP going to be here next year?
Oh yeah, that's where.
And so I'm certainly
there we go.
That's not the answer.
That's it.
No, it's not.
That is it.
It's so funny. It's so funny because there's levels in every group or situation, and so maybe with John and like some of the interactions I've had with Taylor, whatever, I'm deemed as non-confrontational, but then like another group, I'm deemed hands down the most confrontational.
Yeah.
When we get up,
you have your moments.
When we get off the show, when we get off the show, what'd you say?
The first meeting I had with.
Oh, I know, it's terrible. All right, we're gonna move on.
I was like, can I talk about it or no?
Yeah, I mean, no, let's just move on.
Okay.
I really want to hear this.
We'll talk about it off air.
Guys, I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep you along for the ride. But
go ahead.
So bringing it back, we can only hope WFP goes away.
I'm making a note so I don't forget it.
Yeah, definitely bring it up after. So coming back to this, I don't think the money is big enough to keep the right names in it. And I wouldn't be surprised if we're at that 60% number. So if assuming we're at 40, you're 20 and 20, that's the goal, right? If the top 20 athletes, I mean, I think it's somewhere in the 10 and 10, or would you say 7? You went 7 and 7, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
As far as how many of the top 40 are going to be here in WFP.
So
shoot.
8 to 12.
Shoot, man. Yeah, I would say 10 and 10.
And so at the max.
If we're counting like Vellner and the Horvath and them, because right. I would put them in there, you know.
Yeah. And so they're only going to live on sponsorship money. And who the fuck wants to sponsor? I don't know. Like who
There's
got
not money in it. People aren't watching the WFP. They won't even put their stuff on YouTube because they're scared about what views are going to be.
Right. The views are going to be terrible.
They want to say they can do 12 million impressions and they're afraid to put it on YouTube.
Right. Whatever that means. Impressions are such a floated number.
Every like 10 seconds that you're on your screen, it adds an impression.
Right. Yeah.
So if you just have a few people just leave it running.
Mm-hmm. Right. Thousands of impressions for an 8-hour stream. Man, I don't know. I just don't see it. I mean, it might happen next year. I think it'll turn into this minor league system sort of thing with a couple quote unquote big hitters. But I mean, the people at the top end, they're business people. Like they made their millions doing the right thing. I can't imagine they're just going to sink more money into like.
Well, I think that was Jason's thought process, and I'm not going to speak for him, so this is not him saying this. But like he just won the games. Like now he has decent money. Why would he like now? I think he's just thinking I'm going to go all in on I'm the fittest man in the world. I'm the CrossFit Games champion. Mm-hmm. Why would I take away from that at all? and the WFP wants to take away from that.
Right.
Has anyone involved in leadership or spokespeople for them at all addressed all of this? Because we're talking about it. Everyone's talking about it.
That's all they got.
Say what?
Will Morad talked about the workouts, and that's all they got. That's all that's been posted.
Yeah. I would love to hear someone who is a spokesperson for them address all of this chatter.
But who would the problem is who would that person be?
Jason Ansley's the only person that at least for me, that I would have talk about anything.
So this statement, CrossFit has no sponsors either. Maybe fast exercise has come and gone. I do think fast exercise and exercise racing is niche. And I think it will thrive in a niche setting more than trying to be, I don't know, football or baseball or.
It's not going to go away, man. Look at World Strongest Man.
But it's not going to go away. And there is still a lot of money in here. And there is still a lot of sponsorship money that comes in. No, we don't currently have Reebok, right? And so everyone assumes that because we don't have that, that means that it's not as good as it once was. And I just don't think that's the case. I think I don't want to say it got lucky, but it was a unique situation where CrossFit grew a company as much as that company grew CrossFit, right? Like the Nano was the sole reason Reebok stayed above water and then became a giant again. And what's happening to Reebok now? Reebok is dying because it moved away from CrossFit. It wouldn't have been. The Nano would still be the number one shoe had they never left, for sure.
And I think we'll be fine. I mean, we just signed with Apple.
What?
Nothing.
What was that?
Yeah. Did you say CrossFit signed with Apple?
I didn't say anything. Go ahead.
You quite literally did.
No.
Yeah. So, all right. So a business can take a loss. So, right, it can take a loss. But yeah, we have. It's going to be a longer conversation when we get off the call than it is on the call.
It's going to be John lecturing us.
For sure. So a business can take a loss for years, just saying multi-million-dollar deduction. So,
oh my gosh, that reminds me of Hagrid. I shouldn't have said that.
Oh yeah. Shouldn't have said that. Yep.
And Hagrid's a lovable character.
Yes, he is.
He's a great character. And so, yes, the multi-million-dollar company, but there has to be money coming in. There has to be money coming in, and I don't think there's any money coming in. Right? It's not in, and so there's no. Just where's the money coming in from? The only money that's coming in directly is from sponsors, because it's not coming in from ticket sales. It's not coming in from affiliates. It's not coming in from other athlete signups, right? All the other ways that these competitions live, right? Wodapalooza lived on sponsorships, and then it lived on sponsorships and signups, and then it was kind of just signups. I think their sponsorship money started to maybe dwindled a little bit because like the Reebok days and the early tier days were bigger, and then it just sort of went away, and now Miami pays them, and so it is what it is, and now they're just getting money from exactly.
Let's go.
Miami just paid them. Here's $1 million.
Also, they're looking for volunteers, so if you need to volunteer, just come hang out.
And so, but a lot of competitions live on athlete signups, which is the only thing Hyrox lives on, by the way. Right.
Just that is crazy money.
$200 a pop, 17,000 people.
I'm looking at over 5 million.
And that's the biggest killer of WFP.
Right. No one could do it. And they tried. And so it's anyways, it's yeah. I mean, I can't see it lasting more than another year. Especially I think there's a situation where Red Bull and Adidas pull their sponsorship.
Maybe. I think it'll last next year, and then like you said, next year will be a little bit more of a minor league with a couple big hitters, and then it will turn into a straight up minor league for CrossFit, like an actual minor league, kind of what the Challenger Series was, and somebody like Tudor Magder, Ty Jenkins will be the winner, and it'll be the biggest competition they win because you win $80,000 at the end if you win it, like the series. And like, that's big time for them, but that's what it will turn into, and it will sustain itself possibly that way, but that's what it will be. Or it will do 1 year of that, and then they're gone. That's what I think will happen.
Did you guys see Hiller's video, his rewriting of the workout?
I have not watched it yet.
It's good.
I have not watched
it's
it
actually
yet.
it's really it was funny, but it was pretty good. It was basically
his videos are usually pretty well thought out.
Yeah, it was. So basically week 1 was a gymnast specialist weekend. Week 2 was a power strength athlete weekend, and then week 3 was an all around the third stop. And he had in the final weekend, he had a Hyrox race as far as like one of the days was like it. And he was going to give out its own $50,000 first place prize for the Hyrox winner. And so pay out more to one person that weekend that won the Hyrox version of it more than the World Championships of Hyrox. And I was like,
that's cool. Yeah. No,
I am curious what kind of payouts they're looking at this point for Hyrox athletes.
I think it's like 30 grand is the world champion.
It's crazy.
It should be so much more than that with the money they're making.
I mean, I know that the top level athletes, like obviously the sponsorship money involved, like I know, I'm assuming it's significant.
I mean, they should have a higher price than CrossFit at the end of it.
Well, and so
they should, and they won't.
Yeah, considering how much money is being
Spartan never did it. Tough Mudder never did it. And I know Hyrox may be owned by different people, but every like endurance like racing thing that's done something different, their prize money's always been small.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I think this is the biggest one. I mean, Spartan was pretty crazy back in 2013, but I don't think it was like this.
No.
But every like endurance, like obstacle programming type deal, and I think this is by far the most sustainable. But they've all been small prize money the whole time, 5 to 10 years, and then they were out. It's happened every single time. I do think this is the best version of any of that by far.
Right.
But there's been like 4 versions of it.
What, of Hyrox?
Yeah, I'd like just like an endurance racing type sport, if you will.
Are you including like Spartan and
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
okay.
That's what I'm talking about. Pretty much anything Hunter McIntyre's ever been involved in.
Got it.
That like I consider Hyrox one of those.
Yeah.
They're just playing a different game than all of the other ones we're playing. They are playing a completely different game.
It's not outside. It's way more repeatable. It's way by
They do have outdoor events, by the way.
But in general, it's inside though.
Yes.
You don't have. It's safer than those ones are. It's more repeatable.
Barrier of entry is low.
You want to beat your time. You don't have to do your wall balls all the way. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff that are appealing to a lot of different people.
Do you think when they made it, it was, hey, let's make an endurance mix race, or do you think it was as cleverly designed on purpose as it turned out to be?
I interviewed the founder in 2022.
So
it's been a few years, and I don't want to misquote any of it, but it seemed pretty well thought through, and it seems like they've just stuck to, like, they had pretty lofty goals with it from the jump and have hung tight to those.
Yeah.
I haven't spoken to him in 2-3 years, but
yeah, I mean, it's an interesting thing. I mean, they took the I want to do a marathon mindset as far as to do a fitness feat.
And made it way more accessible,
shorter. And then it really just fit into not a missing niche by any means, but sort of a niche that no one knew that they wanted, from runners to do something a little more, from CrossFitters to probably do something a little less that they're just not feeling, it's
just enough that you can get CrossFitters to do it.
Right.
With the running, I'm saying just
right.
Like, if it's 10 miles, CrossFitters aren't signing up, but like in 8K, that's a long time. But
you break it up into 1K. You kind of
but just low enough, like you can get a lot of people to do it, and I bet you for more than half, it's the most running they've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't realize it's that much running until they get there, and then like, dude, this is all running. Like
it is all running. So yeah, it's interesting for sure. I don't want to say I enjoy program. It's a good learning curve. And I think it's going to make me a better coach, is like coaching some very high level Hyrox athletes as of recent.
Dude, my girl come from Hyrox.
Yeah. The girl we've talked about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that tried it for Crash. That one.
Yeah. She got invited, by the way. Just letting you know.
Next year?
No, this year.
This coming year.
No, the year that the year we just had. And then she couldn't get a flight last minute. Sorry.
Got invited to what?
To Crash.
Or like I guess backfilled. She was the next person up.
Gotcha.
The worst. The hands down the worst. All right. What
So as far as the longevity of whatever, to like wrap that up and put a bow on it, what, you good?
Did you hear that?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was also being loud.
No, I was all CJ. He's stroking out.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would be our third. Let's not.
Yeah.
That's I'm just gonna say that every time something happens with CJ.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I say it all the time. Is this true? I've heard this isn't actually true. Or is this true?
I actually don't know.
Someone said that.
Yeah, I mean, true? I've heard it many times over. I just truly don't know. Oh, I just pulled up Google and I just needed to share with you guys that so the WWE is coming to Austin this Friday. Sick. And Jade Cargill posted something about having a baddie section. Okay. And I'm totally going to figure out how to apply to be in it.
Sick.
Right.
Proud of you.
I don't know what that entails. I text Jimmy. I was like, I think I might need a new outfit.
Definitely need a new outfit.
I think it's just a bikini. That's what they want you in.
Oh, yeah, I don't.
Sure. Bikini and a beanie.
Yeah, bikini and a beanie. Oh my gosh!
I'm not doing that.
I think you'll make it for sure. If you do that.
I'm not doing that
with those pigtails. Like you can't. It's a unique look. I think they'd be all.
Oh my god, they'd be rather.
You look exotic.
Anyway, I'm gonna be in the body section on Friday. Okay.
All right, I'll make sure to turn it on.
And Jimmy's on the show, so.
All right. What else do we have? What else was on there?
Was I looking up Hybrid Rockstar? Oh, the Danielle Getting Stronger conjugate. Do we want to go there?
Oh yeah, we can talk about that. I don't think it's gonna work.
You don't think it's gonna work?
Nope.
Why not? That's a good. Okay, so John, can you explain conjugate, or does everyone in the chat know what conjugate is?
Should we
explain it?
CJ, go ahead.
So conjugate is basically constantly varied strength training. And so you have max effort intensity weekly and dynamic effort intensity weekly, multiple times a week. Very short cycles, prioritizing a lift as sort of a pattern. In that pattern, the lift will change, the pattern will generally stay the same. So you'll have a squat day or a deadlift day, and that squat variation will change every 1 to 4 weeks. And then you have your dynamic days. And so that's all based on like rate of force development, chains, bands, speed work, jumps, etc. And then a lot of your accessory work is kind of grunt conditioning, sleds, heavy, sandbags, things like that. And so you have a intensity day where you're lifting to high percentages every single week, and that changes relatively often. And then you have your dynamic days where you're just focusing on speed. I think that's a pretty simple way to do it. And so the podcast that Danielle posted was of Jesse. I think it's Jesse's podcast, right?
I think so. I think he was one of 3 co-hosts there.
Yeah, that was right. That was their initial episode. And so they just started talking about how conjugate is basically the CrossFit variation of strength training, which is very true, right? In the sense of compared to traditional periodization or whatever that might be. So Danielle posted, this is what I'm doing. This is going to make me strong. And that was as far as we got. And I listened to like 30 minutes of that episode. So they just talked about their experience with it. I didn't get too far into it. It's like 2-hour episode. So, John, you don't think it's going to work because Danielle's doing it. Obviously, Jessie is her strength coach now at this point. She's with whatever that camp is called. Does that camp have a name?
I don't think so, but
no.
I mean, it's Adam and Jessie together.
Fort Vancouver.
Adam and Jessie's camp. There we go, Fort Vancouver.
Well, and Jesse's actually not in Fort Vancouver either. He's up in Canada, but he's got a great track record with athletes in multiple sports.
Sure, it's not about Jessie.
Right. I understand where you're going with this. I do.
Let her talk, John.
What?
Said let her talk, John.
Well, you asked him first, and I probably just like stepped in.
No, it's cool. I mean, I think you're just like laying the tone.
Go ahead, Claire.
Laying the framework.
Well, so what I did like in that episode was Jesse was referencing the work that he's done with Justin. So he was talking about it in 2022 at the time of this recording. So time has passed, although they still work together. And he was referencing the fact that they do 3 FaceTime sessions per week of over an hour in length, if I recall correctly what he said. And I just love the fact that he was like, you know, I hate it when our sessions get cut short. I want to be able to watch every little thing. And so I think that it seems as though if he can get his claws dug in and can stay, he can make meaningful progress. Now, I'm assuming John's argument is that he won't be able to do that as effectively as he would desire, is what you're thinking.
Yeah, no, I mean, you said you referenced his work with Justin. Can you go into more detail on that, please?
Yes. So what he referenced there was saying that, like, talking about the duration of, like, they work together, I believe it was remotely 3 times a week via FaceTime during sessions of over an hour in length.
Okay. So Justin in 2020 front squatted 437. Okay. That's insane. It's insane, right? I want to say it's
at like 180 pounds.
Right. That's before he even got with Jesse, because we didn't even know who Justin was. Right.
But
first rookie year making the games, he made it in the online portion. He front squatted 437.
Do you know that that's before he got with Jesse?
I do not know, but it's before he was even anything.
Okay.
And I want to no. Yes, it is. No, yes, it is, because he strict pressed 175, and then he got with Jesse after that. So yes, it was before Jesse.
Okay.
All right? 437 on a front squat. That's pretty wild.
Yes, it is.
It's crazy. So that means Justin had a freaking crazy squat to begin with, right?
Yeah.
He back squatted 505 at the games this year. Okay. Somebody with a 437 front squat should back squat way more than 505. Way more. Okay. I promise you. I mean, 440 is the most that I've front squatted, and it was every fiber of my being. And I'm not just saying this from my well, I could do this, so he should be able to do that.
Yes, you are, but it's fine.
No, I'm not. We could use Nick Matthew too. I'll use anybody who's got it, dude.
I'm just
anybody who's freaking got it. Okay, anybody who's that strong, anybody who has that type of front squat, you should back squat more. Women are a little bit different because their percentages are always closer on the front squat and back squat. But you should back squat more than 500. Okay, a 405 front squat is more relative to a 500 back squat. And so you're telling me in 5 years, it's 2025, that his squat improved none? And then I'm not just, that's unfair. That's unfair because, like, maybe they're not working on squat. It's not a weakness. It's right. True. Right. He did powerlifting a year ago and his bench press was 300 pounds. 300. That's worse than every single other person that does the CrossFit games. It's really, really weak for a bench press on a CrossFit Games athlete.
I'm surprised by that.
Well, I'm just telling you. Now, he had a weak press to begin with. It was 175 in the strict press. It was embarrassing.
That's really bad.
It is. It's the only one who didn't have a 25-pound plate on every. Like, it looked bad, but he was really poor in this. He's a bad presser. 300 pounds is still being a bad presser in strict brute strength weightlifting. What Jesse is great at. Now, I'm not saying Jesse's bad at all. It's not against Jesse at all. But you said he referenced all the work that he did with Justin. Show me the brute strength that Justin has improved upon that he didn't have to begin with. It ain't there, right? Now, you're telling me that Danielle Branton, who has failed over and over and over and over at improving her brute strength, she's magically going to improve by doing a CrossFit version of strength training? If you're weak, if you're a CrossFitter, if you're an elite CrossFitter, and you're relatively strong for a regular person, right? You're really strong for a regular person, but you're an elite CrossFitter and you struggle with this. The way to get strong is not a CrossFitter's version of a powerlifting program. That's That doesn't make any sense.
So pause. How do you view
if you're going to tell me all the improvement with Justin, and I just riddled you, like, where's the improvement that you're referencing?
Okay. All right.
Like,
he's had success elsewhere, and so you miss. Sometimes you swing and miss, and so
he said.
How do you?
That's why I'm referencing.
How do you define conjugate? There's a question. How do you define conjugate? Do you define it how I defined it?
Yeah, no, relatively dynamic strength. You have a fast day and a heavy day.
Yep.
That's basically like I mean, you probably know it more detail than I do. It's just a fast day and a heavy day, right? And so, if I'm Danielle Brandon, I have 3 freaking heavy days, and if I have to adjust my training that I can't do a full day's training because of it, because my CNS is shot, that's what you need to get stronger. Because when the heavy weight is on you, you can't function. Your body can't handle it. You walk out of the rack and you start shaking, right? Like your body can't take it. It's not going to magically take it by not doing that.
Yeah. I mean, I totally agree, right? To say that conjugate is maybe not the right way, it's very unlikely that she did a traditional, or we know that her coaches up to this point don't have as much experience as Jessie in conjugate style training, right? That's clear. Jessie is well more versed and successful and educated into that realm. And so I'm not saying it's not right or wrong. His one CrossFit influence, right? The other people on that podcast is the owner of CrossFit Conjugate. And obviously that person has had a lot of success in the sport. Pretty sure that like quite a few people on that team got popped at some point in their growth into the space in the 13s or 14s. I could be wrong. But it's tough. I agree with you. I think CrossFitters to get strong need to do a lot less CrossFit and a lot more strength training. And I think some people can't let it go. And so like you were talking about with the CNS and all of this, I think based on what I've heard from Danielle in her comments in the Road to the Games, we talked about this last week, is I just had a stroke. Is basically, yeah, I know. I don't know. I totally lost it when I started reading the comments. Oh, is that she's too opinionated and too strong-willed in her own program, right? To like move away from what she thinks she needs to do, which means, in my opinion, with working with athletes, is that she's still going to want to do a lot of CrossFit, and it's probably not good for her.
It's Haley's problem too.
Yeah.
Haley's always been like that. And you can do all, like, if you do volume squatting and thinking you're going to get stronger because you're just doing a lot of it, you're so fit. That's why you're fit. It makes you be able to do more of it, but not heavy. None of it equals heavy. None of it.
Well, maybe it will. And so, I mean, if anyone is going to make her stronger in the space, I definitely would lean into someone who that's all they do. They'd have a better shot. Maybe she's convinced and maybe she's buying in better than maybe she did with Elle or Max or Justin. Whoever else, Matt, or I don't know who coached her before that.
Maybe this is the one. A track record would say no. But and that's not a referendum on Jessie. Please don't take that. I'm sure he has a lot of successful clients. From what I've heard of Jessie Buhano, he's a great coach and he knows, like, he's great. He's had a lot of successes. I'm not saying anything poor on Jessie. Mm-hmm. I'm saying you're telling me he referenced all the work he did with Justin. Justin's the exact same strong he's always been.
Not the best case study for sure.
But he said that. So if he's saying that, that's his influence on the CrossFit world. Let's take the other athletes. How's Trista doing? Still not strong. And she wasn't super weak to begin. Like, she was always like on the weaker side, but not strong, right? Where is the crazy improvement with her? Where is who's their other? Ellie Turner has been broken forever. I'm just like, show me the athletes that are magically making crazy strong.
So not Jessie specifically, but doesn't Tudor Magda do conjugate style training?
I don't know. Tudor's very strong. I'm not saying conjugate doesn't work. It can work. Like I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm not. This isn't a referendum on conjugate either.
I thought he trained at Westside.
Tudor?
Yeah.
He should stop. He should do Hyrox.
I thought, am I crazy on this? Is anybody in the chat?
Tudor's extremely strong. He's the opposite.
For sure
he's the opposite of the spectrum.
Text. Why does it seem like high level CrossFit coaches forget conjugate was designed for powerlifting? Conjugate is just a style of training. In Westside, Dave there, or Lou. Sorry, I was about to say Dave Tate. Louis coached a lot of people not in equipped powerlifting, by the way. Like it is certainly a great way to strength train in a lot of spectrum, right? Especially speed, right? I think speed even more than intensity, but I don't think it was developed and then it was adjusted. They have plenty of non-equipped lifters that have come through Westside over the years in general, and this has been transitioned into lots of other things. I certainly think there's something here. The one thing that I would like to see is I just want someone to I want Jesse to just like, here it is, and just like put it out in the open. I just want to look at it.
Yeah.
What, his programming?
Yeah, I want to see the program.
Also, yeah, Tudor does conjugate. So there's that. Anyway, that was correct.
I think in this aspect of someone that's trained this much,
wanted to confirm.
There's a genetic component, and Tudor probably could have done
very much so. Tudor snatched 322 in like 2022. Like I want to see they weren't strong and now they are. What did that person do? Right? That's what I want to see.
Oh yeah,
show
for
me
sure.
Results.
Person that actually got strong.
Show me that person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if you can't show me that person,
who is that person in CrossFit?
What is proving that?
Who's that person in CrossFit, by the way?
Who? What?
That's actually that we've watched get stronger throughout their career. Truly.
Honestly, dude, Lucy Campbell. When she started and what she is now, she's probably 30 pounds stronger on everything.
I mean, all of them are getting
no, Claire, that's not what he's talking about.
I think the drift is there. I mean, from someone who came into the space and was mid and now is not mid as far as their strength relative to the field. Like, look at Jason. Jason came in that year, he snatched 300. So did 37 other guys, right? And so I don't even know. Well, Cody never came back and could never make it back to the next thing.
Logan Collins, I would say, is a good name.
I was going to say Tia is one, but I mean, it's hard to. I don't know. I mean, we'd have to actually go look at her lifts in 17.
Brent Fikowski got way stronger throughout his like Brent Fikowski's a great one.
Sprague
is a big
recent
one. Honestly,
last 2 years.
Dallin to an extent. To an extent, not the extent.
It wasn't something that no one has. It was more of like who has the best.
Who's the best? James is up there, man.
Yeah, for sure. I agree.
But I would also say that long body, that long lengthy type lends itself to getting stronger because you're just started out weaker. Because Brent and Sprague are my big, like those are the biggest ones that come to my mind right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Matt takes Brent's sort of like rise and fall as far as his athlete archetype and is like, ooh, I know I want to make you stronger like that, but I don't want you to lose where you were really good? Because that's what happened to Brent, right? Like if Brent would have maintained his aerobic stuff while he maintained that strength, probably would have won the CrossFit Games at some point somewhere in there, right? He probably would have beat Justin. But I mean, he lost so much of what he was really good at, and it became not even a mid, like it was like sort of like on a lower mid ability level, right? Like just the longer stuff. It was just an interesting thing. Do you think Matt or someone takes that into account when they're looking at James?
I don't think so in the beginning. In the beginning, no.
But now, because like it's like, hey, James' main focus is to get stronger. He's clearly maintaining,
and he looks for that body type. You're saying, is he looking for that specific body type?
Yeah. Well, like Brent got stronger,
right?
James is getting stronger.
Yeah.
Right. Brent lost his aerobic ability. He just maintained his knowledge to be able to continue to do it, but he never got fast. Right. He never.
Yeah, no, it got a little bit worse, and then he held on to whatever he had after after the dip.
Right, exactly. I would just think of, if I was Matt, that's like, all right, what did Brent do and where did he make a mistake? You know what I mean? This is an interesting one. But to be fair, everyone in 2015 was pretty ass at lifting, except Brooke? Wasn't that Brooke's year? Brooke Entz?
2015?
Wasn't that Brooke Entz year?
I think so.
Yeah. People won't think about this, but Jamie Simmons got a lot stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie Simmons won the Open in 2017, and she just wasn't strong enough.
Right.
And like this was like a way smaller thing, but like she got from like not strong enough to middle of the pack. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is the same type of getting stronger I'm talking about. I'm not talking about you were middle of the pack and now you're the strongest one. Right. Like I'm talking about made that jump.
Yeah. I don't know what comes up for me.
Danielle would need. That's what Haley would need to make that jump. Because if you get them to middle of the pack, now they're on the podium every time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, you already said what comes up for me with all of that is, of course, like that balancing act of, and I think that yet again, there has to be some serious level of individualization to what their tolerance to all of these factors is, but like reducing the volume of the fun stuff, or just the volume in general to make the intensity on the things you need to work on the most. What are you laughing at?
Jeremy. All right, continue. I'm sorry.
Anyway, I think you get where I was going.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think I need to finish it. I think you already understand what I'm
So
saying.
you don't think so John, you don't think that the change will happen for Danielle and Jessie?
No, I think she'll post a lot of lifting that she's doing, and then people will think so. And then whenever we have a heavy back squat or a heavy deadlift, the same thing is going to happen. Maybe it doesn't, but history would tell me that it's going to.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like I'm good if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, awesome. But history would tell me that it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And like I haven't seen improvement in like their. For instance, when Emma Lawson went to Brute, I'm like, dude, Emma Lawson might be it. Because Brute has kind of shown a little bit of a track record of their athletes take a little bit of a jump whenever elite athletes move there. I haven't seen the track record of when you go to Adam Neiffer and Jesse Bojano's camp, you're going to get stronger. I haven't seen that track record, right? Show me that track record, then I'll be all about it. If Justin's your reference point and that's your only reference point, then that doesn't buy me over. You know, maybe Jesse helped his sumo deadlift really a lot because he's very strong at that, right? So
his variation deadlifts.
You know, maybe that's what they were talking about, right? In powerlifting, that does make a big difference, but
that's a legitimate deadlift.
Yeah, I didn't say it wasn't.
Yeah, he said he said variation, which it is, but
it is. I know, but it's like that's like the, you know, the whole conjugate thing. Anyways, all right, maybe not. So we'll see. TBD on Danielle Brandon. TBD.
I'm looking forward to seeing it. Yeah.
All right. What's next? Is there anything CrossFit happening right now?
Did you want to pull up that clip? Apparently they're signing with Apple. But did you want to pull up the clip that I sent earlier this morning of Dave? Huh?
Oh, of Dave yelling at what's his face? Is that what that clip was?
Yes.
All right.
Ryan Fisher. Hey, while we're on it, the other person I'm thinking about, CJ, is Noah Olson. If you look at when he came in to what he became, his strength, his lifting got maybe 30 pounds more on every single lift, and that's why he was able to be on the podium and compete top 5 when he did. Because he came in like a Cody Anderson type guy.
Right. Yeah, but
now, I know his body's a little funky, but
well, I mean, he got too big. He just goes. You can only become so much like a Ninja Turtle until it's like a net negative.
Yeah. I'm just of people who made that jump or got a lot stronger.
Yeah.
Ryan Fisher in there.
That's a great video, by the way.
All right, check this out, guys. From the CrossFit Games Crowbar, all athletes agree to compete in a sportsmanlike manner. Unsportsmanlike behavior, such as arguing with an official or representative of CrossFit, taunting, heckling, fighting, or any conduct which would bring disrepute upon CrossFit competition or other competitors or spectators or event sponsors as determined by CrossFit Inc. in the eyes of the viewing public or the CrossFit community Maybe grounds for penalty, suspension, disqualification, removal from event, disqualification from future events, and legal action. Yesterday, this guy told the judge, I will fucking kill you. I will not tolerate that shit here. You understand? I'm giving you one chance to stay in the competition. Where are the judges? Get all the judges over here.
Hey, Andy, to Wilson, do you have all the judges come on over here to the...
Judges, bring them in! All judges! All right. I'm not talking about a video. All right. Jason McDonald, you're assigned to judging at all points for the rest of the competition. If he gives you any attitude or breaks this rule, you judge him in the competition.
What a great video.
Yeah. Marco says Ryan was homeless at this moment and felt his chances were slipping away. I'm not even really talking about him whatsoever in this, and he has talked about it a lot and whatever. But no, that came to mind this morning as Hiller and Siobhan on their show this morning were talking about all the reasons why beyond programming, why Dave as a leader is a good thing. And that clip came to my mind of course, it was just reposted. And I was just like, yeah, I mean, I guess just you need people who are willing to be confrontational and to uphold what it is that we do. And anyway, I just thought that was a really cool throwback.
Leadership, that is a great clip of what leadership looks like.
Yep.
And not being afraid to be like, we're gonna make an example out of this guy. The bringing the judges was just such a great bring them all in, apologize to all of them. That was. I'm surprised he didn't kick him out.
Yeah. And yet again, I'm not bringing this up to throw shade at Ryan, literally at all. I'm more so focused on Dave.
That's what that looks like.
That's why I'm pulling it up or bringing it up.
No, like Dave's leader. That's what leadership looks like.
Yes.
Right. I think and this has been said before, but the last, what are we at, December? So 16 months of CrossFit, there's no one that's ever been in our space that could have taken the heat that Dave has taken since August of 2024. There's no one. I think it would have fell if it wasn't Dave to just be the scapegoat for everybody, which is what he was for no reason at all, by the way, no valid reason whatsoever. And so it is, yeah, I mean, he's the guy at the helm, and I hope no matter who buys or what happens, I hope he doesn't go away. Can someone else probably program CrossFit again? Yeah, someone could probably do it, but I mean, it's still really good. And, and I don't think if it was Boz at the helm and that happened and all of that, I don't think the space would look and the footprint would look the same as it does. And the steadfastness that Dave brings is unmatched.
I agree. The aura.
Yeah.
For lack of a better word.
I mean, he's played every role he's needed to play in our space. He was the villain for forever. And then he was the hero. And then he was the scapegoat. And now he's sort of still a scapegoat, but sort of the hero. And now he's sort of in between. And now he's he's main marketing machine.
The epitome of the Dark Knight.
Yeah. And so, and yeah, it's, yeah. Anyways, this is an interesting one for sure.
Yeah.
So
it makes me think, and I can't find the clip that's short enough, fast enough, but it makes me think of Matthew McConaughey on Chris Williamson's Modern Wisdom podcast not too long ago, talking about the difference between a nice guy and a good man. And he articulated it. He's Matthew, so you can imagine it was, flawless. And I'll butcher it. But either way, it was just like, yeah, nice guy is, easy to get along with, whatever. And then a good man.
I've seen that clip.
Yes, yes, stands up strongly. And anyway, and I think that's like, so we can take a look at that moment from Dave and remember that this is who he's shown up as for this space for a very long time. But then that is Crosshat's comment is really, really funny. There's actually a video on the internet of me teaching Chris Williamson how to split jerk. I think it was years ago. Yeah, it is really funny. Anyway, that's the premise of the video is actually Marcus Philly and Zach working out, but we're in the background and I'm helping out with that. So anyway, cool. Sorry, complete side tangent. Anyway, being a good man. I think as much as we're talking about that for Dave, it's also just like for each one of us. And as soon as I say good man, I'm a woman reference. They're like, either way it works, right? Of being able and willing to stand up for things that you believe in strongly. Anyway, I think that's something that we can pull a lot from.
Like a nice guy wants to be liked. A good man doesn't care if he's liked. A good man doesn't care if you hurt your feelings.
Right.
A good man loves you enough to tell you you're wrong.
Yeah.
Or admit when he's wrong.
Does that include trash? Does this include like saying you're trash?
I don't know. Good, good men are built in different ways, man. Like there's a whole bunch of varieties and types of good men out there.
Or doing an entire segment of apologizing that is reinforcing all of the insults that you already gave.
It was a 1/5 of a segment of apologizing and 4/5 of a segment of not apologizing.
No, I would like to think that it kind of ramped. So it kind of ramped.
It did. Well, it would go down theoretically, right?
It was rolled down.
Yeah, it was downhill. Yeah. Because you started really strong and then the ball got rolling and it snowballed in the wrong direction. It was like, and then it was like, I ain't fucking not apologizing to nobody.
I think we played it off pretty well. I want to do one every year.
Your bits are pure gold. So can't wait till you bring one of those to the show.
Don't make it any bigger.
They come out of nowhere. That's not like we have them prepared. I'm just like, hey guys, I got something. Just show these pictures.
They're really good.
Let me rock.
They're really good. By the way, Vicky said if you listen to his book, I'm assuming she's referring to Green Lights, and if so, then yeah, I read it and listened to it because him narrating is amazing. So I read anyway, whatever. But I guess he wrote a new book.
That's just talking about Chris Williamson.
Nope.
No.
Matthew McConaughey.
Oh. All right.
Livin.
Cool. So I think an hour and a half is a solid time. We're going to try and do this every week. The Monday night show, Monday night CrossFit, either between Monday night Raw, we'll change the theme. Someone said Raw in the comments. I was like, oh, that's great. That's our other thumbnail theme.
Yeah. And I mean, it's very fitting
for sure. Yeah.
Should we have
the front row baddie in the section?
Should we have wrestling, characters or egos?
Alter egos.
Egos? Yeah.
Like we should have our own.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. Look, I did this for Jimmy. I want to get these made. Hang on just a second. Stickers.
Oh,
I need one of those.
Isn't that so cool?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm hopeful to.
Are you gonna put it on the bumper?
Like bumper stickers?
Like a magnet?
I mean, if you
like
want
a magnet.
If you want to put one on your bumper, sure. I would put one on my clipboard.
Or like a fridge?
Sure, whatever. Okay, so you want magnets. You don't want stickers. You want magnets.
Yeah, he wants magnets.
Well, what about patches for backpacks and stuff?
Oh, we could do that. Yeah. That's a Velcro.
Yeah, we're getting serious.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Anyway. What I want to come up with wrestling alter egos.
Alter egos for us right now?
No, not right now. It's 9 o'clock.
I think, Claire, that should be your job for next week, is to have one for all three of us.
Also, you said not right now, like you have to go somewhere, and we need to talk to John. So
yeah, it's fine. Well, I know our conversation is going to continue as soon as we get off the show. So we can just
listen. We love you guys.
I'm not going to go very long.
And this is not my fault for us. We blame John.
It is always John's fault. Hey guys, thank you so much. It was a solid Monday night show. We're going to try and do this every Monday night, 7:30 Central. I tried to convince him Tuesday. It doesn't seem like it works. We're going Monday after the. Did anyone watch Dave Week in Review
today?
He read a comment that called them the Lady Boys Interrupted, and he laughed.
Wait, what did he do?
He was reading a comment and Dent Stumper called them the Lady Boys Interrupted, and
he laughed.
Dave laughed, and I laughed too. I thought it was pretty funny. I thought it was a good one. Anyways, we'll be on after the Lady Boys.
He's selling almonds now too, or something like that. If anybody wants,
that was weird as shit. Agreed. He's really trying to hedge his like post CrossFit career.
Yeah, whatever.
Hey, something specific. Olive oil, almond, something.
Yeah.
Go get it. Make your money.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we'll see you guys next week, Monday. All right. Till the next time. Peace.
Bye.